GTA 6 is undoubtedly the most hyped game of this decade. Let's see what's going on here.
For a year since Rockstar Games graced us with Grand Theft Auto 6's official reveal trailer, and while 2024 was certainly a dud when it came to GTA 6 announcements, that's all changing this year, my friends, as not only is 2025 the release year for this monolithic game, but a number of sources claim that February is going to be a significant month for the title.
Okay, so keep in mind again that this was back when people were expecting a trailer to come out, and also people were expecting that because of the earnings call that happened after this video was released. But of course, the earnings call simply confirmed that Rockstar is still holding on to the fact that GTA 6 should launch this year and not hopefully be delayed until 2026. That's all we know right now, and that's likely to be the case for the next couple of months realistically.
Second trailer is likely to drop. February 6th, 2025 is the date of Rockstar's first earnings call of the year, and this earnings call happens to be significant when looking at the past couple of Rockstar's release date reveals. As documented by GTA 6 Countdown over on Twitter, Grand Theft Auto 5's release date was announced on January 31st, 2013. Red Dead Redemption 2 was announced on February 1st, 2018.
So the reason why that is significant is because those are the dates that are about a week prior to the earnings call for those years.
Seeing as both these games received their official release date announcements on Rockstar's first earnings call of their respective years, some are thinking that this would likely apply to Grand Theft Auto 6.
Now, since that didn't happen for this earnings call, the likelihood is that we'll be seeing one with Rockstar's fiduciary responsibilities to show a very likely and accurate expectation for the earnings. That will now be in May of this year.
Call, like this poster on Twitter believes, should Rockstar not post a release date this coming February, that could likely mean that the game could potentially be delayed until 2026, as delays did hit Red Dead Redemption 2 during those earnings calls. You can see the game delayed a handful of times, with each delay giving a vague release window until a specific date was finalized on February of 2018.
Okay, so this shouldn't worry you necessarily on the basis that Rockstar CEO Strauss Zelnick has made incredibly clear that they are firmly expecting to see GTA 6 launch of this year. Now, it would be quite a bad idea for them to essentially lie about their expectations here, because even though they don't have the fiduciary responsibility this time round, they do want to have the trust of investors, and that is what's most important here. Forget the gamers for a second, it's the investors that they're trying to cater to with these earnings calls.
So make of all this what you will, but if history were to repeat itself for GTA 6, hopefully a firm release date will be revealed in Grand Theft Auto 6's next trailer. Alright, now before we get into the map and world event stuff, there have been many articles stating that there is potential for Grand Theft Auto 6 to be sold at upwards of $100.
I'm going to say right now, I'm saying this on the record, I do not expect GTA 6, the base game, to cost any more than about $60. The base game. There may be a few different tiers. There might be the base tier, and then the premium tier, and then the premium plus tier, but the base game, to actually experience the game itself, will more than likely not cost more than about $60. And if we're going to go on the high end, $80, but it's not going to cost over $100, and I'll explain why if this guy doesn't do that.
Due to the sheer magnitude of this AAA game and its impact that it likely will have on the industry. While indeed this is going to be one of the most expensive games ever made, which in turn will likely shatter sales records and prove to be a huge financial success, I wouldn't worry too much about the cost of this game. While I do believe that the game would still be quite successful with an MSRP over the standard $70 US, it would generate so much ill will within the community and likely even result in boycotts. If Rockstar were smart here,
I don't know about that. I'm not sure if boycotts would happen. Maybe by a very small percentage, but I don't think it would make a major difference.
I think they'd refrain from jacking up the cost of the game, as not only would this impact the sales of GTA 6, but it would set a terrible precedent for the gaming industry, as other publishers would likely follow suit, charging obscene amounts of money for games that once adhered to the $60 to $70 US norm. It's a domino effect, and one that would leave huge and lasting impacts on consumer spending, but that's just me, and I wouldn't follow these articles too closely until a price point is actually confirmed here.
Okay, that is not the reason that I would use to say that it's going to cost less than $100. Let's see if he says it or not. Okay, so judging by the next frame being the map, he doesn't talk about it, so let's go over it. Maybe I'll make a more specialized video at some point about this, but the bottom line is they will not want to charge that amount. They want to have as many players as they possibly can, because this is the beginning of the funnel for them, meaning that the more people who are playing GTA 6, the more people can spend money, more money on GTA 6. Think about Fortnite. Fortnite is one of the most successful games in the world, and it's free, and it's because you can buy stuff once you've played it to enhance your experience. There is no way that GTA 6 isn't going to do the same thing. They've already bought CFXRE, which is the company behind FiveM, the role-playing multiplayer thing, so they 100% are going to want to take advantage of that economy. But the only way that players can take advantage of that economy and spend money is by having the game to play. But if they're priced out because the game is too expensive, they're not going to be able to spend all that extra money.
Speculation. Ever since the 2022 leaks, fans have been creating their own kinds of maps, hypothesizing just how grand Grand Theft Auto 6 may be. And like the previous video I did covering YouTuber Darkspace's incredible map layout using the dimensions from the leaked 2022 data, here we have the full dimensions from the 90 plus videos and numerous files that were leaked a few years back. Recently on Reddit, we see a post showcasing just how
GTA
large
6 map comparison, so I've been trying to find a game that could give us a good perspective on how big GTA 6 will feel. After doing some measurements comparing the GTA 6 mapping project and the main island in Just Cause 2, I realized how similar the maps are. So Just Cause 2 is a massive sandbox game. It's honestly difficult to even compare it to anything else. So if you want to cope like me and play in a world that feels like GTA 6, drive and fly around in Just Cause 2. Okay, fair enough. Just Cause is not that big a game in comparison to GTA, so a lot of people won't know that.
This map is. Again, a fan-made map here using the dimensions of the leaked data, mind you, against other maps from Rockstar's other games. And yeah, the differences here are substantial when considering the sheer size of the map of Grand Theft Auto 6's Leonida. Again, all of the dimensions of this map were extrapolated from the data leaked from the 2022 gameplay leaks, and while of course some things could have likely changed over the years since the leaks, we are left with a remarkable rendition, however skewed one at that, of the state of Florida, or Leonida, as this is the state where Vice City resides. If Grand Theft Auto 6's map ultimately resembles something like this, as the 2022 leaks suggest.
So I'm seeing right there that we're seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 maybe? 8 key locations that look quite urban. These places look like they're urban. These places look like they're more like outskirts, probably more rural areas, probably some mountain areas.
6's map ultimately resembles something like this, as the 2022 leaks suggest. It's looking like the entire state of Leonida is in play here, marking a big departure over the previous maps in the series that featured namely the main cities with some of its surrounding areas like GTA San Andreas and GTA 5. The sheer size of this map indicates that the game will be roughly twice the size of Grand Theft Auto 5, and if the earlier insider information provided by Tom Henderson about the game's map being, quote, altered over time in the same manner as
Tom Henderson saying altered over time in the same manner as a live service games like Fortnite. And we have actually seen very recently, before this video was published, we have seen that Rockstar Games executives have been speaking with the creators of Fortnite and Roblox, which are all both live service games. And again, that goes back to the monetization thing I'm talking about. I think Rockstar are really going to try to take a page out of the Fortnite and Roblox book, where they're essentially going to want to keep this game on and on and on. GTA Online will more than likely evolve over time, and I guess that GTA 6 single player will also evolve over time as far as the map is concerned, where even with the map being massive right now, as GTA 6 looks like it will be, I think it'll evolve. I think it may even expand over time into more and more cities. Who knows though?
Service games like Fortnite, end quote, is anything to go by, this map could see more cities, towns, activities, and more hit the map over its likely decade-plus amount of support.
Now, what's going to be very interesting about this is that Epic Games, they are the builders of Unreal Engine. They're essentially the technology provider for a lot of the gaming industry. Rockstar doesn't have that credential. So I'm not sure how much of the capability that Rockstar will have compared to Epic Games in evolving a map over time. Rockstar 100% are one of the biggest and best out there, 100% in the top 3. But they've never had to show that they're able to do this like Epic has been showing over the past 7 years now. That will be really interesting to see how that plays out.
If GTA 5 and its online component is anything to go by. Just looking at these other maps, again taking into account the rough dimensions from the leaks, we see more cities here, along with some topographical information that highlights the expansive and diverse land that we are likely to come across in GTA 6.
The other opportunity that I'm seeing potentially occur here is if they can't expand the size of the map to a certain point, they may take a page out of the Fortnite book where instead of adding more, they might replace some places. One way of doing that potentially is by using the information and the data that they store to see which parts of the map are commonly visited the most, which are the least important parts of the map. And if they're not important because they're not interesting, for example, they don't show any utility for the gameplay experience, maybe they'll demolish those cities or those places and replace it with something more interesting or more useful in game. That could be one way that they could evolve it as a live service.
I couldn't be more excited for the official map reveal, but voice your thoughts in the comments what you think about these maps and if you think the map of GTA 6 will be expanded over time, as Tom Henderson has alluded to. I could certainly see this as a possibility, as we know that GTA Online will be alive and well for over 10 years, as evidenced by GTA 5, but keeping those more interested in the single-player content coming back is likely a big priority at Rockstar as well, so let's hope to see expansions return to the series in a big way, with potential for more cities, activities, and extra content being added as a result. Alright, it's time we go over some more things extrapolated from the massive 2022 leaks that we haven't yet covered. The world events. These are the kinds of activities and events that you will be able to encounter as you play through the game,
So this is from 2022 leaks. This doesn't cover everything that's happened over the last 2 to 3 years. So what you're seeing right now is just a percentage of what's to come.
Vice City and Leonida, and while there were over 500 of these events that were leaked from the 2022 leaks, here are some of the more notable events and activities that were found. Here we go. Abandoned hovercraft, backyard wrestling ring, bait and tackle shop, basketball court, Big Cat Mansion, Bonnie and Clyde Mystery, Cars Strip Mall, Dairy Farm, Drug House, Drug Deal, Drug Lab, located at a trailer park, a trailer, an apartment, and lockup, DUI test, Easy Score, fishing, island camp, kidnapping victim, music video.
So this all looks very interesting, but honestly, none of this means much to me. Like, it's all events that would happen in a place that we haven't seen yet, but we haven't seen Leonida. So this is just words at this point.
Museum, salon patron, Satanist house, Scarface crime scene, self-injury, sniper nest, sniper victim apartment, swamp safari crazy golf, UFO animal house, voice in a storm drain, warehouse sex robots, warehouse torture, workout challenge, and yard sale. Definitely looks like a bunch of new stuff coming to GTA 6 that separates it from GTA 5's dynamic events that seem to be taking a page out of the more dynamic ones found in Red Dead Redemption 2, so I can't wait to see just how in-depth all these may be. The fact that this stuff was found within the leaks suggests that these are all likely going to be in the final product we get when the game releases. This is, of course, taking into consideration that perhaps not everything may still be there.
So something we saw there was 500 events, is that correct? So there was lots of 500 plus world events here. Again, this was from 2022, so who knows how they're going to evolve that over time.
These are all likely taking into consideration that perhaps not everything may still be there since the leaks were over 2 years ago, but with over 500 of these events being present at the time of the leaks, in conjunction with the sheer scope of the map dimensions laid out by said leaks, Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to be absolutely insane in the content department.
So undoubtedly, this is one of the better videos that I've watched when it comes to the GTA 6 overall roundup of what we know so far. Really great job from creator Fun My Life. You can check out their video in the description below. I am so excited. Let's see what happens next.